Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and especially merciful. Dear viewers across the planet, I greet you with the greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace be with you. Ameen. Yes, we start with this greeting, hoping that this greeting will change from just a greeting into action. We want to spread the word of peace everywhere in the world. We want to spread the actual peace in every corner in the world so that people would enjoy living a peaceful life. This is one of our goals. And this cannot be done except by spreading the word of Allah, which is Islam, which would make people know their Lord and obey their Lord after loving Him. You are here to share with us this kind of knowledge that exists, that's taken, that's derived from the exact book of Allah, the exact words of Allah, the verbatim of Allah. This is the only book that's available that tells us this. There's no other book that would tell us this. Yes, there's another source in Islam that tells us, which is the traditions of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we are looking for getting these valuables, these treasures, so that we would share them with everyone else. Not at all. We don't advise you to take them and to heap them for yourself and to keep them for yourself only. No. On the opposite, we try to encourage you and motivate ourselves to spread this kind of knowledge to every human, because we think that this is the right of every human. And who can do this job except the followers of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, except you and me. If you accept this mission and you accept this task, you become responsible for the entire people around you. And you do as much as possible. And thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we live in the age of technology, where we have hundreds and thousands of means and ways that we can share knowledge with many people to fulfill the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that there will be a time that every corner and every house and every place in this world will be reached by Islam. In other words, that it gives us the glad tidings that Islam will reach every house in the entire world. Yes, it will. Whether it's today, tomorrow, after tomorrow, but it is the way. It is, we are on the road. We are doing this. We do our part. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can fulfill His promise as always He does in no time. In no time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can fulfill this. He doesn't need us. He can do it Himself. But we thank Him for giving us this opportunity. Now, this is a challenge that we have been affected by the culture that we live in. We cannot isolate ourselves. It's impossible, it's impractical, and it's not beneficial for ourselves. We are here to live with the people and to share this kind of valuable knowledge with them. If I ask this question, yes, is following the majority rule always good? Question to everyone, professors, university instructors, teachers, parents, engineers, doctors. Let's ask ourselves this question. Is it always good to follow the majority of the people around you? Think of it. Give yourself a minute or two, or give yourself a day or two, or even give yourself a year or two to answer this question. You will find a variety of opinions and who are trying to convince you of their answers. But there's a shortcut answer for all these things. And that's why we say that this knowledge that you learn here on the screen is so valuable. And you get it in a very short time. Once you know the main source, the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it becomes easy for you, inshallah, to answer these tough questions that millions of people cannot answer. Here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us the answer of this question. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإن تطع أكثر من في الأرض يضلوك عن سبيل الله. If simply can be translated as, if you follow the majority of the people, they will deviate you from the track that leads you to Allah. In other words, if you follow the majority of the people on the earth, they will deviate you from the path of Allah. You want to be guided, you want to know Allah. If you follow the majority of the people, whether they are in your country, whether they are in your nation, whether they are in the community that you live in, whether they are in the region that you are in, they will definitely misguide you. They will take you from the main track, the majority. And we know the majority can reach the number of 99. It can be 51, the smallest case, smallest number, yet the majority can be very high. In other words, the possibility of knowing the truth about Almighty Allah and to know that you are on the right track is not so great, because you are not reaching the right way. You don't know the tools, you don't know the ways. And here is the best investment that you and I are doing right now, is that when we invest our time to know the truth from the main source, the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The book had been revealed to our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, may peace be with him, across 23 years. This book has been living without any addition, without any correction, without any change. It has been kept safe for us. Allah guaranteed this. So, based on this, the main lesson that we learn from this verse is that we have to be very precise and very careful when we ask about the Lord of this universe. To be very selective. We are not going to listen to everybody. We are not going to take the opinion, even the opinion of the closest people to us, even our parents. We are mature. We got the tools. We can access knowledge the same way that they access it. In fact, we are more, some cases that we become more equipped than them. Why? Because we know that whenever we have a question, we access the people of knowledge. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. As we learned in similar episodes, that all the time, whenever we don't know, we ask the people of expertise. We know them, we look for them, we access them, and we ask them about these issues. We don't know other people. We don't access experts in engineering and experts in medicine to ask them about Allah. We know that there is specialization and everybody respects this. The entire world respects specialization. And this is, we ask the people of expertise, specialized people in particular, so that they would give us the guidelines. And all the time, when we hear them telling us their answers, we ask them to please present the proofs of your answers. All the time, the proofs are from the Quran and from the Sunnah of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We already learned this lesson in the other episodes, so we know it. Whenever we have a question, we ask the people of expertise, provided that they give us their answers attached with authentic proofs. And authentic proofs means Quran and Sunnah with the dalil. I'm quite sure by now you heard this word dalil. And the dalil, the evidence that we are looking for all the time, is not materialistic evidence, is not the evidence of the majority, is not the logical evidence that some people may think, because the logic may differ from this group into another. Rather, it is from two sources only, from the Quran and from the Sunnah. So we know the steps of reaching the truth, and here's part of it that tells us this: you wish, and I wish, and everybody wishes that I wish that I have learned this since I was a child. And that's what we do as much as we can. We want to teach these things to children everywhere. We want to make it something global everywhere. Every child had the right to know such things. Try to imagine what would happen. What would happen to the entire world if the young generations are exposed to these facts? That is, that if you follow the majority of the people on earth, they will definitely misguide you from the main track of reaching, of knowing the Creator. Is it something so valuable? Isn't it the right of every child, regardless who their parents are, or regardless in which context, in which region he or it was created, it was born? It is the right of every human to know. And as it has been said, yes, we are the owner of the book. You can be with us. You can share this kind of knowledge with us. And then after that, perhaps you are smarter than us. You can share it with others. This is, I think, a responsibility, the best job that we can help all the children on the earth, and all the adults on the earth, and all the mature on the earth to know it. Because if you know it, the face of the earth, entire earth, will change. It's not the rule of the majority that we apply. Definitely, Islam promotes the rule of the majority, specific majority. You know that specializations? If you have a question about your teeth, ask specialized dentists. Don't ask even general doctors. Don't ask engineers. Don't ask people who are experts in other fields. No, they are experts, but in their fields. See how Islam respects this kind of a specialization that's needed everywhere in the world? Special specifications. The more specific it is, the better answers we get in any aspect of life. So how about the most important aspect in this life, which is the creator of this universe? Nobody knows this unless specialized people. Those specialized are labeled in Islam as Ahlul Dhikr, the people of dhikr, the people of knowledge, the people of expertise. So therefore, and it shows you how Islam respects this kind of specialization, because it's very much needed in every aspect in life. This aspect has its own experts. Then once we reach them, once we get the answer with them, it becomes, the second part is to try to share it with as many people as we can according to their level of understanding. So we address them in the way they understand. But it is our responsibility and it is our duty at the same time. It is the duty of spreading it as correctly as we received it, provided that we all the time having the evidence in our hands and in our minds, so that we can provide the answers to the people around us. We do thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for guiding us to this kind of valuable knowledge, and we ask Him to give us support to spread it to the entire world. Ameen, ameen. Because this is part of our goal, and if it is not, it should be part of our goal. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.